If you have the need for speed, the Firebirds Track Club is right down your lane. Started in 1981, the Firebirds Track Club has taken in Montgomery County youth and turned them into track stars.
The Firebirds were always one of the best clubs in the area. We're the longest running club. And it was mainly a way to give kids an outlet that were on a football team, to give them an outlet outside of football season to, improve their speed, their fitness. And then it just grew from there. And eventually the football team folded. The track team kept going. And the Firebirds has grown. We have over 200 athletes now, but I think they started off with like 10 or 11. So it's a pillar in the community now.
One reason the Firebirds have stayed around so long is to give a positive energy outlet to youth from Montgomery County and beyond.
Let's go!
We get kids from Northwest DC all the way up to Frederick, Maryland. And it really is a benefit to the community because it helps to keep those kids from doing things that they normally shouldn't be doing between at least 6 and 8 p.m.
But don't think this is some glorified daycare service. When they hit the track, the Firebirds mean business.
Let's go. Woo!
The Firebirds train and compete outdoors in the spring and summer and indoors in the fall and winter. Their training schedule is robust, with practices and meets scheduled as many as 6 days a week.
This gives them an outlet. They kind of burn some of that energy that kids have, but also to become better if they play another sport.
Go, Elijah, all the way through the line. Come on. 120, 121.
Because of their rigorous training schedule, the Firebirds have developed hundreds of national-level track and field athletes.
We have a young lady, Tiana Wellbond. She's a 13-year-old now. She's basically running times that would compete with college students right now.
Lane 4, Tiana Wellbond, 12:56.
Tiana won the 12-year-old girls 100-meter, 200-meter, and 400-meter events at the 2021 Amateur Athletic Union, or AAU, Junior Olympic Games in Texas.
Wellbond, 56:18.
It's good. It's pretty chill. I mean, it's exciting. And it's a lot you go through, but it's a good experience.
And then we also have Colin Abrams. He's actually relatively new to the Firebirds. I think he started when he was 11 or 12.
And here we come to the finish. Abrams trying to hang on. One last surge.
14-year-old Colin Abrams won the freshman 400-meter and emerging elite 800-meter events at the 2022 Nike Outdoor Nationals at the University of Oregon.
And it's going to be Colin Abrams, and this will be your new leader in 1:52. Wow, that's 4 seconds better than anyone so far.
The Firebirds coaches, it's a bigger team out here, but they still try to show as much attention as they can to me and support me, tell me if I'm doing something wrong or, every race, they just give me pointers, everything, they just really help me.
You geometry for some reason?
Okay. So like all that factoring, all that good stuff?
Yeah, I hate that stuff. I'm more of a science and history person.
Yeah.
Beyond their athletic accomplishments, the Firebirds also form strong social bonds across boundaries.
They have friends all over Montgomery County. When we go to sporting events, track meets, they know someone at every school because they ran track with them and they've traveled with them and competed with them and trained with them. And so it develops these bonds of friendship that cuts across socioeconomic barriers, it cuts across neighborhood barriers, it cuts across family barriers. And you really do get to know a lot about various types of people.
The team aspect of the Firebirds is great. Everyone supports each other. Socially, I've grown so much as a Firebird. Just running with them every day, it just builds an emotional bond. You hurt together in practice, you suffer together in practice, but they're always there for you, and it's just great social and physical and emotional help.
It teaches you a lot. It shows you a lot of new things, and I love it.
The club recently held its second annual Firebirds Junior Olympics Community Fundraiser to raise funds for the 66 athletes who qualified for the AAU National Track and Field Meet in North Carolina.
Firebirds been around. We're the longest standing track team in USATF and AAU. So I'm proud to keep this legacy of Firebirds going.
The event, featuring drills and races for younger kids, was attended by Councilmember Sidney Katz.
We're here to thank the Firebirds for what they're doing for all of you. And I can tell you, Montgomery County is very, very proud of each one of you. I understand that about half have qualified for the Junior Olympics, And that's exactly what we're after. We're after everyone having a great life and an enjoyable life. I am absolutely honored to be here amongst all of these young people and to enjoy all of their company. They are extremely important to Montgomery County.
You know, if you come out here and work on your speed and work on your strength, test how far you can jump every once in a while, eventually you'll be able to jump and dunk on your dad.
With the support of alumni, parent volunteers, and a new crop of track and field athletes on the horizon, the Firebirds Track Club is built to last.
It's an organization that has a lot of deep roots, and I think it'll be around for another 40-some years. Firebirds, you know!
Reporting in Gaithersburg, I'm Joseph Thompson.
Here in front of you, what would you like to... As more seniors continue to age here in Montgomery County, we want them to be able to have all the services and opportunities available. And sometimes seniors are no longer driving or don't have access to a car, and we want to make sure that they remain mobile.
One of the most important ways of helping seniors in need is to provide rides.
I volunteer for the Village of Tacoma Park.
Sandy Egan is a volunteer coordinator for Village Rides.
The #1 priority for seniors was receiving rides to doctors, dentists, and grocery stores and churches. So to date, we've given over 4,000 rides since we started the program in 2014. Usually our volunteers are people who have just retired and they're looking to volunteer to give back to the community.
Dave Lennar and Arthur Karpus are two volunteers giving back to their community.
I learned about the Village of Tacoma Park, where people who might need services can request services free. Good morning, Arnetta. And I thought I should become associated with that because I'll probably be needing it at some time. And then I decided, well, if I'm going to ask for services, I should give services while I'm able.
Gets me out of the house. I'm retired, and if I don't have things to do during the day, I'll just find myself sitting around and maybe not getting anything done. Helping out these people that I know would never be able to get to the doctor otherwise, it's a good feeling to be able to help them. I can see that without my help or the other drivers, it'd be impossible or nearly impossible for people to afford to pay Ubers to get to the doctors, and they're something, not a lot.
Two of Dave's customers are Pat Mitchell and her Aunt Josephine.
When I found out about the Village and the rides, I quickly joined the Village. I'm telling you, the rides from the Village at Tacoma Park is a blessing to me and my household. My aunt and I go to the same doctors most of the time. And so, so we make our appointments on the same day. Usually it's Dave that picks up our call. He is a godsend, very patient with her, and she loves him. She loves him. She said, "Is Dave coming?"
So what's new and good with you today? People are very appreciative about my making myself available to give them rides.
I would have a difficulty getting to the doctor, especially since I have mobile issues. Gas is high.
And I find without exception, they are delightful. We have wonderful conversations as we're driving to appointments. We just chatter away about our lives and enjoy each other's company.
I've never been disappointed. The people are very pleasant and very helpful, and it makes you feel like you're not imposing on someone. They make it so that it makes it very comfortable.
The Village of Tacoma Park would not exist without Montgomery County's assistance. Montgomery County gives us a grant that we use towards the expenses of running the village. We keep our dues very, very low. It's $25 a year.
Gotcha.
It is such an easy thing to do and makes such a difference in the lives of the people who get these rides that I find it a pleasure to do, and for them it's an essential service. It's just so easy to do a good thing.
A good thing that enables seniors to age in their own community. In Tacoma Park, I'm Mike Springerth.
I'm going this way?
Yeah. I'll turn right. houses on the corner of Flower and Carroll.
Well, it's not too bad out today, but later on it's going to be just steam.
That's the house right there.
And
you go straight and turn into the driveway.
All right.
There's the driveway there, but it's the house here.
I think it's been useful to the community to be able to both get rid of things they're not using in a constructive way and get them to people who are going to make good use of the bike that isn't being used.
Bike Match MoCo. It's connecting people in Montgomery County who have a bike to donate with people who need one.
The Bike Match program we started in 2020, and it's really geared to get people who have bikes they aren't using to be able to find those opportunities for them to donate the bike to somebody who needs a bike.
The Bike Match program is a great program because there's a lot of people that need bikes and there's a lot of people that have bikes they're not using. And so it's a natural function of government to try to connect the two.
This project really is a win for Montgomery County.
Montgomery County's Department of Transportation's director, Chris Conklin, says so far, this program has matched bikes to more than 200 people, and there's even a wait list.
Yeah, about 600 people have asked to see if we can provide them a bike. And we've been able to make matches for about 300 of those and still are looking for 300 more bikes to get everybody who asked for one so that they have the ability to have one.
I know there's a long waiting list. In fact, one of my staff have been on the waiting list for a couple of years. So I think it's really important that you're covering it and that people come forward and make more bikes available. And people that really need it, jump on the waiting list, and hopefully we'll get rid of the waiting list as quickly as possible.
We have Councilmember Reamer here.
Council members have been supportive in making people aware of this program and the opportunity to donate or receive a bike. And making sure that the program operates within our department. So in that regard, it's been nice to have the council members weigh in on this and support the program. It's a way for people to actually be able to access a job or school or something without the expense of a car, or if the transit system that we operate doesn't make those connections for them, maybe a bike does. It's a healthier way to move around. You get some exercise while you're making your trip. It reduces traffic, reduces the emissions associated with traffic. So people traveling by bike to make these kinds of trips is really important and can have a big impact on our community in the long run. In the pandemic, bikes became really popular because it was a way for people to get out and do things that weren't in close proximity to other people, get some exercise.
Over the past few months, bicycles have become a hot item as more people look for things to do outdoors, and finding a new bike continues to be a challenge.
And it became very difficult to get a bike, either a used bike because people were using the bikes that they had, or new bikes with supply chain challenges and increased demand. It was difficult to get new bikes. So we started this program to identify people who were looking for bikes, and instead of collecting large quantities of bikes in big drives, to do it continuously. So if somebody was cleaning out their garage on a weekend and said, I have this bike I'm not using, I'd like to get rid of it, they can contact us to take it and make a match to somebody who's looking for a bike right then.
Due to limited resources, Conklin says the program can only connect people and bikes for those who either work or live in Montgomery County. Here's how you can apply.
You can go to our website, and you can see it right behind me actually. You just type in Bike Match MoCo into a search, and you'll find access to our commuter services group that manages that program for us. And then online, there's a short form that you can fill out that's some information about the type of bike and its condition. And then you'll be contacted to arrange a time that you can drop it off here, or we can have somebody meet you somebody to pick it up, and then we take it from there, and the bike would get cleaned up and checked out and then distributed to somebody who's been waiting for a bike.
Jordan Lindsay, reporting in Rockville.
Sit with me, imagine what you'd see if every child had a book to read. So the mission is for us to get a book to each and every child. So let's join hands, book people unite, unearth hidden passion. Come on, we'll have a good time. One book can be the most amazing, helps to change a life. Book people unite.
Read to a child today and spark a lifetime of ambition.